global lead agency, the core one. Okay, next question. What does CCC stand for? Okay, so CCC, Core Commitments to Children, that's the UNICEF guidelines. Okay, 15 litres of water per day is a sphere standard. It's an indicator. It's just good quality water is the standard, but, sorry, good quantity of water, yeah? Okay, so really important to know the difference between a government department can be a sub-cluster lead agency at country level. True or false? True. At a global level, it's always going to be, it's UNICEF, certainly for the moment. It's a global plus to have. Agendas, action notes and anxiety, before, during and after, or agendas, boredom and competition. Yeah, absolutely.
All of the above.
Okay. Coordination meetings involve shouting loudly for your organisation to get resources. True or false? Isn't the purpose?
Supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to avoid that if we can. Okay, who can name the 5 principles of partner equality, transparency, results-oriented, responsibility, complementarity? Okay, who can give 2 examples of alternatives to meetings for effective coordination? One response, or using Google groups, or there are other ways. There's the Facebook group for the WASH cluster in Peshawar. So, lots of options. Why is it important to tackle conflict early? Deal with it. Okay, and what are the 3 elements for effective advocacy that Bill put on the chart yesterday? Anyone remember any of them?
Exactly. For me, information management is really important, and it's really key. As I said earlier, day before yesterday maybe, I often think of information as the glue that holds a cluster together. What actually holds us together is the information that's common. Some of you who actually do a lot of information management may find the first part of this a little bit boring. But hopefully not. Then we will actually, summer will come, we'll actually look at the information management system in Pakistan. And we'll try to give it enough time so we can actually break down what's going on, what's working, what isn't working, what's easy to do, what's difficult, where do you have problems. But if the people who have been talking to me are correct, and if this is important to you, then please ask lots of questions. I can run through this next session in 10 minutes if it's not important to you, if I'm wrong. If it is, however, we actually have 40 minutes blocked out for it. So feel free to ask questions. This is a session where I really want to encourage you to ask what's on your mind. What problems are you having? What are your concerns? Because coming from a global level, we may have very different issues. Is this working now?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So, you'll notice there's 2 words up there. Both information and management. So it's the generation of information, and then what we do with that information. Why? Does anybody know, you know who John Holmes is? Well, his title is there. UN Emergency Relief Coordinator. Who is that? What does that mean? Who is John Holmes? He's actually a British lord. He speaks very proper English, like myself. Anybody ever heard of him? Ban Ki-moon, yes. He reports directly to Ban Ki-moon as he's an Undersecretary General. Information itself is very directly about saving lives. We make the wrong decisions, make the wrong choices, put our money and effort. Absolutely critical. Information is, in fact, a matter of life or death. You get it right, you save lives. If you get it wrong, people die. It's It's as simple as that. Everybody remember Nyangoma? All right, let's go back to Nyangoma for just a minute.
It's a very long form, so to make it easier for everyone to fill it, this is like a long form which is going to BG and BH columns. So what OCHA has done, they have made a form. You have to click on enter data and a form will open in front of you guys. So do you think you can fill this form?
Any guess?
You go in, sample. You have to know the sample. You just can't do everything. You go area, you go.
Yeah, type of team, and as I can understand from Muslim Aid colleague, are journalists. They are not specialists. You are not sending water and sanitation engineers into the field. You have to place your tanks. How can the tanker move into this inside this camp? And then we had a detailed assessment, and then there were a lot of talking and everything, and then we were able to remove some tents, and then we had some space for quick overview of what has happened. Population affected area, extent of damage. What is already there? The resources and capacities. This is preparedness. Borehole pump house. I climbed over it and I took this picture. Although this is from the last year, but you can imagine this camp is now hosting 107,000 IDPs. Resource mobilization. What are the resources? These are the resources. Finance and then supplies. First we will talk about finance, appeals and funding. How do you get money? Okay, so how to have your appeals, the funding appeals. There are agency